Hey everybody, how are you? I made another Max for Live device, and by the way, yeah, I know I got some plastic surgery. I hope that I'm looking okay. I hope that you still enjoy me and my music. The music playing in the background right now is a song that came out today, so feel free to check it out on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google, all the things. It's called By My Side. It's the first time I'm like really singing on a track, so I'm just gonna have that on loop in the background as this goes. I made another Max for Live device. This one's pretty fun. It actually gives you a VU meter across your APC, kind of like this. Check it out. So right there, you kind of see what happens when the music is playing. I put it on my master channel. You can put it on any channel you like and get any channel to show up on the VU meter. This is an example of me while I'm talking and triggering the VU meter with that. Check it out. And you're my record label. That's it. Like my marketing is the hopefully like word of mouth that propagates through Twitch. So I hope this Max device works in two parts. There's the audio capture part, and you can put this on, let's say, your master channel. So any audio going into the master channel will turn that master channel's audio, or any audio that you run through it will essentially become the audio that becomes the VU meter. Or you can have it on only an instrument, only your voice, or only the percussion or something, anything you like. So that's where you're going to drag this, and I'm making the whole set available, so you have each of these little modules available to you, so you can just drag and drop them wherever you'd like. The first device is this one. It's one that you drag on it, and notice that I make two chains here because audio does not pass through this device. It only passes into it. So I make another chain so that the audio can pass through on one, and then it passes into the APC to VU meter kind of deal going on here. So as I open this, I'm going to show you real quick what's going on. It's super fun. I have a band pass for each band here. There are 8 of them. And then you can see each of the notes happening here. So you can edit this how you like. I left it pretty open. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So feel free to click into this. And I'm making this available to subs on Twitch and to subs on Patreon. So if you're subbed on that, you'll get the whole set. You can implement it however you like. And if you don't, you can look at this, you can copy it. It's all pretty straightforward. So you can build it on your own. And if it's too much to build it and you don't have $5 for a Twitch sub or a Patreon sub, then go ahead and leave me a comment or, DM me, and I'll just go ahead and send it to you. It's totally fine. So this is the main machine. The audio comes in and then through each of these bands, and then starts triggering the lights to turn on and to turn off. So the velocities change the color of each of the parts of the VU meter, and the notes change the actual light position of each part of the VU meter. The LEDs that are most noticeable are found up here. This is this top section up here. And the bottom ones, which are actually still active, like the AB button on the APC, the power button, the solo button, the stop buttons, all of those are also connected to the VU meter and are being triggered by the VU meter. And those ones are in the bottom section. So if you don't like those, you can literally select in here and just delete all of this stuff. If you'd like to remove that, you can just delete all of this. Totally fine. Totally fine. And the reason why I have this separate from the other channel is that if you'd like to change for any reason how the VU meter is acting, you can compress the audio before it goes into here. You can EQ the audio. You can turn it up, turn it down without affecting your actual audio that's passing to, your master or whatever's happening. So you can alter that audio separately into the VU meter without changing your actual audio. So this is the first part, the audio turning into MIDI events that are supposed to be triggering the APC. Now we need to get those MIDI events to go to the APC. That's where this other channel comes in. So we have 8 channels here labeled 1 through 8, and each of these are responsible for each column of data that's happening on the APC. So the leftmost is going to be the bass, and then the one right next to that is right above the bass, so on and so forth. So you get to the top at like 15 kilohertz or something. So what's happening here is each of these are receiving MIDI information from the master one. So this is sending information to this first one, the second one, third, fourth, up to the eighth. So if you'd like to turn any of them off, like maybe you only want the first 4 and not the second 4, or vice versa, you know, whatever, you can just turn these off. You can delete them. Maybe you only want to see the bass, like the kick drum pulsing up and down on the far left one, and you want to ditch the rest of them. In that case, you can delete 2 through 8 and only keep 1, and you're good to go. Now what's actually happening here, I was having trouble patching the actual Max device to talk directly to the APC. So I'm having Ableton help us out with that. You've got to set up the APC for tracking. So the output APC40 Mark II, and you've got to enable the tracking on it, not the sync, not the remote, only the tracking. I don't have any of my inputs enabled here. I might on the other one, but I'm for sure I'm not receiving tracking from it. I think I'm receiving remote from it, so you can still avoid MIDI feedback loops while using this VU meter. It's pretty essential because MIDI feedback is terrible. I gotta tell you, it is the worst. So this is going to the APC. You select the APC here, and of each of these external instruments on each of these channels, you see they go to the respective channel as well. So 3, 3, 3, and it'll be the third column from the left on the APC. 4, 4, 4, etc., etc. And these are really, really simple devices receiving from the other module, and then it sends to the MIDI out of this module, and then it gets sent to the APC. And it'll make the lights bounce up and down. This is per channel. So this is the 6th column from the left. This is the 7th, the 8th, etc. And that's pretty much it. I'm using this on stream all the time. It's super fun. I'm making this available to my subs and my patrons. So if you are either of those, you get this for free. Check the Patreon, check any of the folders that I make available to you. This is going to be in the Max for Live section, the device section for all of the people that are helping me continue make my dreams come true. So again, thank you everybody for being so great, so generous with everything. You know, you're making my life possible, and I love it. I love it so much. I thought this VU meter was cool. I was looking for other ways to do it, and this seemed to be the easiest way. I figured I'd share it with you. And that's about that. I hope that you enjoy. Here's another quick example of it in action. And yeah, that's about it. Again, I would put this on it'll turn into an audio track because of the external instrument, but you place it on an actual MIDI track. I would take off the MIDI inputs on the MIDI track. I would say no ins. Right now this is on all ins. I would change it to no input in the audio to sends only with the sends off. So it's not really doing much except for the Max for Live communication that's happening. And then over here, I'll put this on your master channel. That's where it is for me. You can really put it anywhere though, and that's the audio that's going to be turned into the VU. So yeah, I really, really appreciate you a whole bunch. Be sure to check out that song. And if there's anything that you'd like to see, if there's anything you'd like to be made or something you see I'm doing that you'd like to be made available to you, please DM me, leave a comment. Yeah, I appreciate you a bunch, and peace.